Action News, Good Morning Las Vegas.
Right now, a local family starting from scratch after a fire at an apartment complex. What investigators say happened that make them think it's arson. A local family staying positive despite some tough challenges. Well, now they're getting a special surprise, all thanks to our 13 Days and Nights of Giving. And the Las Vegas 51s have a new name, the choice officials made to usher in a new era of baseball right here in the Valley. Good morning, Las Vegas. I'm Tom George.
I am meteorologist Gina Cancelleri, and we have clouds moving in.
Clouds moving in?
Yes, they're moving in. They're going to stick around. There's not going to be a big change to the sky over the next couple of days. So my challenge to you, Tom, how many animals will you be able to find in those clouds today? What can you find out there? Dinosaurs, all kinds of things. My kids will be able to do it all. All right, so here's a look at the wake-up weather. 6:40 is when the sun officially rises. We have some clouds out there right now. 43 degrees will be the temperature at that time. As we move through the morning, more clouds are coming in and we are warming up. Today's going to be a warm day just like yesterday. Same sort of thing, but more clouds moving in. By 8 o'clock, we're talking 48 degrees. As we head into the 10 a.m. hour, 52 degrees, topping off the day in the low 60s. Here's a look right now at McCarran International Airport. If you are headed out and about, 43 degrees current temperature there with the wind at 6 miles per hour. The wind is not the big story today. The clouds coming in are the big story. And here's the ski report in case that's your story for the day today. Lee Canyon ski area is open. New snow over the past 48 hours, 6 inches. Snow depth, 12 inches. So far this season, 19 inches of snow falling. Pretty nice there. Great day to go skiing today. But if you're not and you're hanging around the valley, it's a nice day here too. Cloudy conditions are around. It will be a dry day. 60 degrees for your high temperature. As we move into Monday, clouds are moving in too. The sky's not going to change all that much as we head into Tuesday. Even more clouds then. Wednesday, windy weather will start to move in. And by the end of the week, we have no major changes. Look, high temperatures right around 60 degrees for the entire 7 days. Low temperatures in the 40s with those clouds sticking around. More details on your forecast coming up within the hour. Tom?
Hey, enjoy it while you can. Thanks, Gina. Well, now to a breaking news update. Police investigating a shooting near Charleston and Christie Lane. Now, this is in the far eastern part of the valley. It happened around 8 o'clock last night. Police say this appears to be a domestic-related situation. Detectives say a man about 20 years old was shot. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. And fire investigators believe a duplex fire in downtown Las Vegas may have been arson. This happened near 13th and Stewart. Fire crews were called out early yesterday morning. No one was home at the time, but that smoke damage extended into the apartment next door. Firefighters say yesterday a maintenance man told them he saw a hole in the wall of the unit that caught fire. As he was fixing it, a homeless man confronted him and made some threats. And right before that fire broke out, witnesses saw that same man throwing something through the window. We spoke to the family that lost everything.
Just got our house, good. We're finally getting back on our feet. Everything's been going good. It's not right.
Sad situation there, and once we learn more, we'll of course keep you posted on air and online at ktnv.com. And also downtown, another fire early yesterday morning, this one injuring 2 people, including a firefighter. This one happened at a vacant motel near 7th and Carson. Firefighters saw several squatters running from the building when they arrived. They say one person jumped out from a second-story window down to the sidewalk and was seriously injured. A firefighter also suffered a shoulder injury. Well, a big celebration in downtown Las Vegas. Container Park celebrating its 5th anniversary. And what better way to celebrate than with an all-day bash, right? Well, through the years, the park has changed the face of downtown. Locally owned restaurants and shops in the area paving the way for small businesses here in the valley.
It's a different type of Vegas that people get to enjoy, something that people are not used to seeing in Vegas, something that's family-friendly, that's unique, something that they can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, definitely a cool spot downtown, and the anniversary bash, all to celebrate downtown Container Park's efforts to bring the community together and provide a platform to grow. It was built with repurposed shipping containers and locally manufactured extreme cubes. The 1-acre park now creating dozens of spaces and giving locally owned restaurants, bars, and shops a chance. Well, it's a new era for Las Vegas's minor league baseball team. Forget the 51s, they're now the Las Vegas Aviators. Yeah, there it is, the big reveal. The name change honors the legacy of Howard Hughes, a true Renaissance man whose big passion was aviation.
The logo is great. It's very fitting for Hughes.
It's an awesome name, really. It sounds really cool.
Yeah, and the new ballpark will host its first home game on April 9th. The state-of-the-art stadium will seat more than 8,000 fans, and the views are going to be really great. You'll be able to see both Red Rock Canyon and the Strip. And the new team name and logo really sparking a lot of conversation on social media. On our Facebook page, Mandy writes, 51s is way better, more unique. Aviators just sounds like another boring baseball name. And Joseph says they should have been the Silver Kings. Brian commented, logo was awful, cluttered, and confusing. A lot of you talking for sure. Well, let us know what you think on facebook.com/KTNV Las Vegas. Well, we are officially kicking off the season of giving right here at 13 Action News. Our goal, to change lives for the better. We asked you to nominate people who are deserving of some recognition this holiday season. Now for 13 days this month, we'll be surprising those folks with some amazing gifts. It's all part of our 13 Days and Nights of Giving. This morning, 13 Action News reporter Jackie Kostek introduces you to the Zwijak family.
You do the last one. Nice.
The last year has been difficult for Joe Zwijak.
I wonder sometimes how long I'll be here.
In January, the husband and father of 3 began feeling sick. He went to the hospital and left with a life-altering diagnosis, stage 5 kidney failure.
Really, the only options at that point are kidney dialysis and transplant.
These are Natalie's best friends. Yeah.
Despite the diagnosis, Joe's wife, Jessica, was determined to stay positive.
If you wallow in self-pity, you can't get out of it. What color is the frog? Green. Green.
With 3 kids to homeschool and Joe unable to work, Jessica went into overdrive. Her goal, to get Joe a new kidney.
I've just dove in head first that I really haven't been able to let myself think about anything bad happening. I'm holding out hope that he'll get one, and then it'll just be fine.
The family has been without a steady stream of income for nearly a year, but with help from family, friends, and their church, they've stayed afloat and full of hope.
Every time that I see her, every time I look at the kids, it's a different life for me than it was the first 39 years on this earth. This last year has been a lot different, but I'm enjoying it. Whether I die tomorrow or next year or in 30 years, I'm determined and I'm on a mission to leave the best legacy I can for my kids and to help her do the same.
Are you excited?
And we're on a mission to help the Zwijaks.
Hello! Go Knights, go! Go Knights, go! Look at you! My name is Jackie. We're from Channel 13 and the Vegas Golden Knights Foundation. You know my parents? Of course, yes, we know your parents very well. So your mom, Amelia, sent in a nomination for you for our 13 Days and Nights of Giving. Okay. She said that you and your family have been going through a bit of a tough time over the last year. Yeah. We're going to help you financially. I know you guys are dealing with a lot of medical bills, and we're also going to make sure that you guys get to go to a Golden Knights game as a family. Yes. Woo, yeah. Yes. Thank you, Jan. Yeah, yeah. No. Go Knights, go! Go Knights, go! Go Knights, go! Go Knights, go!
Hey, nothing better than a Golden Knights game to top it all off. What a great story. That was Jackie Kostek reporting. 13 Days and Nights of Giving, sponsored by Subaru Las Vegas, America First Credit Union, and of course the Vegas Golden Knights Foundation. Well, the historic Hunt Ridge neighborhood of Las Vegas now has a new alleyway art project. Local artists are beautifying the walls from the Hunt Ridge Center. This is at Charleston and Maryland Parkway. The project started from a local artist who has helped others in the neighborhood. A resident helped her by spreading the word on Facebook, gaining the interest of other artists.
We've got a ton of response to the initial Facebook post that started it all. Yeah. I mean, oh, me. So, a lot of people want to be involved. And then when, a little bit of money came into play, wow, even more, so which was great. So and that'll attract some more people to come help out.
Yeah, good to see them making a difference there. And if you're an artist or maybe you know someone who might want to be involved in those Hunt Ridge murals, we have information for you online at ktnv.com. Well, Gwen Stefani adding some new dates for her residency at Planet Hollywood. Those new dates are set for July, October, and November of next year. And tickets for those new dates are already on sale now. You can get them starting around $59. Well, tonight 4 teams remain, but only 1 star will be lifting that Mirror Ball trophy. It's the big finale of Dancing with the Stars Juniors, and you won't want to miss this special holiday-themed show. You can watch it all unfold right here on Channel 13, starting at 8. Good morning, everyone. Well, coming up, New York City getting into the Christmas spirit this weekend, holding a special event for Santas all around the world.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. Here's your day planner. We have a great day in store. High temperature topping off in the low 60s, barely a breeze, but all that will change as we head into the upcoming work week. I'll let you know when in your 7-day planner, all ahead.
All right, well, you're a mean one, Nevada. Grinchiest states. When it comes to the states with the worst Christmas spirit, we come in 6th. That's according to a new study from GetCenturyLink.com. It created this list by comparing data from online activity related to Christmas. Washington State had the most Christmas spirit, while Alaska was the Grinchiest state. Pretty cool. It's like we're right in T-Mobile right now. Check this out. The Golden Knights themed Christmas lights display. It's at a home in Henderson near the 95 and Wagon Wheel. The homeowner says it took him 48 hours to sync the light show with the team's intro music that's played as the Golden Knights hit the ice. He also says he and his wife love the fact that families come from across our valley to watch the show.
That's awesome.
Now that's someone that needs free tickets to a game for that. That probably took
a
lot of
That's
work to
pretty
replicate
cool.
that. You know,
Yes.
like have you been to a game? Like it's
I have not, but all of my children have.
yeah, it's very Vegas. You know, it's like there's a whole
That's
show.
what I've heard.
There's
Yes,
there's a
that's
whole
what I have
show, and and a light show and everything like before the game even starts.
Yes.
You know, so and that probably took a lot for that guy to replicate. So
I agree.
Kudos to him for
Awesome job.
for doing the good work there.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, can you give me some kudos for my forecast?
Gina, you did such a great forecast. Oh man, can you please tell us about it right now?
I will do that, and I really would like to verify this forecast tomorrow, so I will expect more kudos next weekend. Here it is. As we head through the day today, it will be a really nice day in general. Just a lot of clouds out there at all different levels of the atmosphere. We're going to have low-level clouds, mid-level clouds, high-level clouds, the whole deal, different layers of the atmosphere, bringing in some moisture. 7 a.m., 40 degrees at that time. As we move into the 11 o'clock hour, 55 degrees. Topping off the day in the low 60s, which is warm for this time of year. We should be in the 50s for high temperatures, and this sort of forecast will kind of repeat itself as we head through the day tomorrow. So if you like today, you're going to like tomorrow. As we head through the night tonight, more clouds moving in, 49 degrees at 8 o'clock this evening. Allergy forecast for today, everything low to medium, looking good for ragweed and walnut. There you see it. And then we'll take you around the valley, show you what you can expect where you live today. High temperature in Summerlin, mid-50s with clouds. Centennial Hills, upper 50s there. Same thing for Aliante, 58 degrees for a high temperature. That's off to the west side. Now as we take you off to the north and to the east, Nellis Air Force Base, 60 degrees. Same thing for Sunrise Manor, 60 degrees with clouds. North Las Vegas, just about 60 degrees for you today as well. 58 degrees for Rhodes Ranch, Spring Valley, 59 degrees with a light breeze. Mountain's Edge, 60 degrees for high temperature today. And again, clouds are going to be around, moving west to east, sliding through and moving on. 57 degrees for high temperature in Southern Highlands. Anthem, 58 degrees, and Green Valley, 59 degrees for high temperature today. Over by the lake, 62 for your high temperature. Boulder City, 59 degrees and 63 degrees expected for the high temperature in Henderson today. Then as we head through the night tonight, it's cloudy, 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 and cloudy. 55 degrees at 5 p.m. As we head through 6 o'clock, 51 degrees. It'll be a mild overnight and a mild start to your Monday. 48 degrees expected at 7 p.m. and 47 degrees expected at 8 p.m. There is no rain with these clouds. The clouds are not strong enough to support that yet. As we move through Tuesday and Wednesday, that's when things get really interesting. Lots of clouds expected on Tuesday, maybe an isolated shower. Same thing for Wednesday with big wind coming on Wednesday, and then the wind moves out for Thursday and Friday, but those clouds are sticking around. Tom?
Yes, kudos again. Terrific forecast, Gina. You may want to treat yourself because today is National Pastry Day. The first pastries date back to ancient Rome and Greece, where phyllo-style pastries were made as meals and treats. And the pastry itself became big business in medieval times. That was when pastry chefs came into the mix. No one's exactly sure when National Pastry Day was created, but as if you needed an excuse to celebrate, right? But families are likely pleased to see those foods being honored. What a great holiday there. Well, New York City was full of Christmas cheer yesterday. That's because SantaCon was in full effect As the name suggests, SantaCon is basically a convention of Santas. That means men and women dressed as jolly old St. Nick can be found across the city. So why does SantaCon exist, you might ask? According to the official SantaCon website, because it's fun. Why else? And it's one of the few chances left for adults to be silly without any kind of agenda. Now, SantaCon does have a little bit of a reputation for people in their jolly red suits going from bar to bar and maybe enjoying a few too many adult beverages, but the SantaCon website says if that's what you're trying to do, you should probably stay home, as Santa being drunk is not fun for anyone. Well, snowball fights are now legal in a small town in Colorado thanks to a 9-year-old. When third grader Dane Best found out that snowball fights were actually outlawed in Severance, Colorado a long time ago, he decided to go to the town board to change things. He explained why boys and girls should be able to take part in this classic winter activity. And it worked. He convinced the town board to make a change.
Sounds like you just changed the law, buddy. There you go. Throw your first snowball, the first legal one.
Hey, imagine all the other laws this kid will change one day. Dane got a plaque, and he may even have his own day in Severance, Colorado dedicated to his accomplishment. Way to go. Well, in Wisconsin, there's an 8-year-old boy who's making sure kids who are spending the hospital in the holidays get a toy this year. Ben Hutchinson introduces us to Cody.
Another year of Cody Struebel's toy drive.
Hey, what's up?
Another year of hugs at the front door of Zarati's Auto Sales. And of course,
Fisher-Price Little Tikes, Pony, Pull It Down.
Toys. You see, Cody had to have 3 major surgeries to his skull by the time he was 5 and spent a lot of time at Children's Hospital. His toy drive is a way to help kids who can't go home for the holidays. His mission hasn't changed over the years.
I want to help everyone that doesn't get to stay home for Christmas and give them toys. They might be sad at 1 second that they didn't get any toys, but then they're like, they got toys.
Now in the 3rd year of the toy drive, Cody has a number of toys he wants to collect, but he didn't really want to tell me right away.
I know.
You know.
1,500.
All right, you told me. That wasn't too tough.
1,500 toys. They're starting to come in, and he's going to get help from Racine County Sheriff Christopher Schmaling.
We're looking to stuff the SWAT truck. I have a very large armored vehicle, and it's big. It holds 12 men and women. We're looking to replace those men and women in that truck with just toys.
The plan is to drive the toys around to hospitals in Racine and Milwaukee. Cody can't wait.
How does a kid like you have such a big heart?
I don't know. I just try my best to be nice to people.
We need more of that in the world.
Yeah.
We definitely do need more of that in the world. Great story there. Well, straight ahead, rats and cigarettes. That's what's on the menu at a popular sandwich shop in this week's Dirty Dining. What you need to know before going out. You're watching Good Morning Las Vegas. We'll be right back on your Sunday morning. Stay with us. Yeah, look at that beautiful sunrise. Well, now turning to rats and cigarettes. That's what's on the menu at a popular sandwich shop. In this week's Dirty Dining, 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears explains why some Port of Subs customers might have eaten a rat's leftovers.
Apparently, the smell of fresh bread attracted more than just 2-legged customers at this Port of Subs on Rainbow and Cheyenne. It was shut down November 21st after health inspectors validated an employee's complaint about rats. The complaint read they would set traps every night to try to catch them. The rats would get into the bread and eat some. I don't know if that bread was discarded or not. We do know that the rats discarded plenty of droppings around Port of Subs' kitchen. The health inspector investigating the complaint found rat feces throughout the facility. In fact, they found rat droppings everywhere there were traps.
Home snap traps like this one were found underneath equipment, inside storage cabinets, and in the office area with no pest control reports available on site.
Employees explained that the problem had been happening for at least a week, but Port of Subs stayed open until the health district shut them down for operating under an imminent health hazard.
I'm Darcy Spears from Channel 13. We're here because you guys are on Dirty Dining this week for when you were closed down by the health district for the rats, and we just need to speak to the person in charge and get your side of the story on that.
I'm the only person here right now.
Okay, which would make you the person in charge if there's no one else
I don't
here.
really have any authority to speak on this right now.
Droppings and snap traps were also found in a cabinet with an open box of sandwich paper. Inspectors noted the back door in the hallway and front door were not tightly fitted, potentially allowing any pest to walk right into the restaurant.
So we're just kind of looking for what your perspective is on that, what the restaurant maybe was doing to try to combat that, why it didn't shut down on its own before the health district got here.
We're just doing.
You don't want to talk to me.
The inspector didn't just smell a rat at Port of Subs, she also smelled cigarette smoke in the back near the 3-compartment sink. Even though the no smoking sign is clearly posted on the front door, the back door leading to the hallway was open and dozens of cigarette butts were scattered within 3 to 5 feet of the door. As for the food itself, the labeling on this sliced steak indicated the meat was nearly a month old. The person in charge told inspectors the label was expired, but the food was fresh.
Port of Subs was closed from the day before Thanksgiving through the whole holiday weekend. It was back to a 0 demerit A grade on November 26th. Darcy Spears, 13 Action News.
All right, thanks, Darcy. Well, good morning, Las Vegas. Still ahead this morning, a teacher's star-spangled meltdown, all caught on camera. Find out the consequences she's now facing for cutting her students' hair. And a special gift for a little girl. The wintertime, usually difficult when getting around in a wheelchair, but her parents are making sure that won't be the case this year. We'll be right back.
Now, live from Las Vegas, this is 13 Action News. Good morning, Las Vegas.
Right now, survivors of the California wildfires are trying to get things back to normal, and now FEMA finally stepping up. Burger King is out with a new deal, 1-cent Whoppers. We're testing it out so you don't waste your time and money. Don't kill the dream. Powerful billboards going up around our valley, the bold message they're meant to send this holiday season. Good morning, Las Vegas. I'm Tom George. First, as always, I want to kick things off with 13 First Alert meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. Good morning, Gina.
Tom, good morning. We have a nice day in store if you like clouds. Clouds are moving in today, limited sunshine, and it will be a warm day today, too. Expecting high temperatures to top off in the low 60s. Then the wind will pick up as we head through the upcoming work week and changes are ahead. But for now, this is what I'm looking at. We had a ridge of high pressure sitting over us for quite some time. It's breaking down. That allows for weather systems to move through. So off to the west, we do have some weather systems that are coming in, and it's indicated by clouds. Clouds are going to move in throughout the day today, throughout the night tonight, and they are going to stick around for the upcoming week. So will the warm weather. Here's a look at the high temperatures we're expecting today. As I mentioned, close to 60 degrees for most neighborhoods, low 60s for others. Henderson, 63 for a high temperature today. Pahrump expecting 59 for a high temperature. Mesquite, 62. Laughlin, the warm spot, always the warm spot, expecting 67 for a high temperature today. Here's your 7-day planner to take you through the next couple of days, and all these days include clouds. The warm and weird day is Tuesday. Very limited sunshine, wind will pick up, and this is when the weather system will move through our area. Not bringing wet weather, but just a whole lot of wind and a whole lot of clouds. Tom?
Thanks, Gina. Well, don't kill the dream. That's the goal of a new safety campaign right here in the Valley. Billboards have been popping up around town to spotlight the impacts of driving impaired. 13 Action News reporter Alicia Patillo has more on the bold message from the Department of Public Safety just in time for the holidays.
It's a pretty powerful statement. Billboards just like this are popping up all around the valley. Take a look. This is just one of many billboards around the valley, gaining attention from people with the bold words, "Don't drive impaired, don't kill a dream." This campaign rolled out in October by the Nevada Department of Public Safety. The Safety Zero Fatalities program called impaired driving-related accidents an epidemic that must be stopped here in the Valley. Andrew Bennett, who works for the department, explains why this message is so important.
We all too often hear about fatalities every morning. We had one yesterday. We have to make sure that we change the narrative so that folks understand the importance behind not driving impaired. And this dream is to try to personalize it a little bit because everybody has dreams, everyone has goals, and those are taken away when someone decides to drive impaired. So unfortunately, a lot of folks experience what it's like to have an empty seat at Thanksgiving. And so we have to get there towards zero fatalities, and we hope that it's education campaigns like this that'll get us there.
Billboards like this are expected to be up for the next several months here in the Valley, especially during the holiday season. Alicia Patillo, 13 Action News.
Yeah, an important message for sure there. Thanks, Alicia. Well, FEMA trailers are in California to help those displaced by the recent Camp Fire. These trailers will be set up at a nearby casino. FEMA says no current guests will be asked to leave to make room for those trailers. Other trailers will be placed at the Glenn County Fairgrounds and Sacramento's Cal Expo. Wildfire victims will be allowed to stay in those trailers for up to 18 months, while a more permanent solution can be found. Well, 2 Major League Baseball players killed in a car crash in Venezuela, and now officials say the crash was caused by highway bandits who then robbed them. Luis Valbuena and Jose Castillo were playing in Venezuela's Winter Baseball League and were driving to their team's base when the car crashed. Apparently, the car tried to veer around an object on the road. 4 suspects were arrested after they were found with some of the athletes' possessions. 2 other players in the car survived. Well, parents fired up after a teacher suddenly cut a student's hair during class, all while singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Police in California arrested 52-year-old Margaret Genzinger after she was caught on video using scissors to cut the boy's hair while he was sitting in class. Well, now that boy's attorney is speaking out.
He couldn't believe what was happening. He frankly didn't know what to do. And he thought to himself, me or anybody else, she's coming for someone else. And in the video, of course, we see that later. But he was absolutely terrified.
Yeah, what a bizarre story. That teacher now facing several charges. School officials say she will not be returning to the classroom, but they did not say yet if she's been fired. Well, now to a bizarre story out of Tennessee. Crews rescue a mom and baby after they fell through a storm grate. Look at this. Firefighters say she walked over it in a parking lot and it suddenly collapsed, making them fall about 20 feet. A stranger comforting the woman and her baby called police when he heard that child crying.
The mom has started screaming. Oh, let me see
now
if
the
she can hear
female
me.
screaming? Okay.
The baby was pretty excited, which is a good thing. You know, you want, especially from a distance that far, you want to hear the baby crying like it was, and that's what it was doing. So that was good news to hear and see that.
Yeah, it took about 30 minutes to get the woman and the baby out. They were taken to the hospital and didn't appear to have any serious injuries. So glad they're okay. Well, the winter challenging for many people, but especially for Zoe, a 9-year-old girl in Michigan. She's in a wheelchair and says it's especially tough to stay dry and warm. So her mom and her dad went to work on a solution.
She came because I was cutting with my dad, and she came and said, let's try this on, and I'm like, what the heck is this?
Well, after several coats and several attempts, Zoe's parents created the body coat. They're now marketing it to other people who use wheelchairs in cold climates. Well, General Motors employees met yesterday to discuss the company's planned layoffs. 2 weeks ago, GM announced it would lay off thousands of employees as it looks to close up to 5 plants here in the U.S. The decision prompting outrage from employees and lawmakers alike, many of whom claim they were blindsided by the company's decision.
I've been here for about 2.5 years now. I got married, bought a house, and now they're closing the plant again. And, you know, I'm trying to figure out where am I going to go, where's my family going to go, and where are my coworkers going to go.
Yeah, just sad to see around the holidays for sure. Well, that move is part of a broader shift to new technologies and away from traditional car production. GM's new motto is zero crashes, zero emissions, and zero congestion. All right, well, a robber asks for 1 scoop too many when 2 Baskin-Robbins employees managed to fight him off. Now, this happened in Seattle around Thanksgiving. Check this out. You can see that guy walk in, and once the female employee gets behind the counter, he grabs her apron and then pulls out a knife, demanding money.
And so my coworker grabs his knife and kind of like throws it at him. So he's just like, whoa. And then he turns around like he's going to leave. But then he comes back and tries to jump over the counter.
Crazy video there. When that crook comes back for more, though, one of the workers starts punching and kicking until that guy manages to leave with only $6. The female cashier calling her coworker a hero. And to thank him, she bought him a well-deserved cup of ice cream. He definitely needs that for sure. Well, American Airlines using your face as your boarding pass. The airline launched its facial recognition software at LAX as part of a 90-day trial. Passengers who opt into the facial recognition security check just have to stand in front of a camera to verify their identity and their seat on the flight. Last month, Delta rolled out a similar service at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Well, Burger King making headlines this week with a new deal for 1-cent Whoppers. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as just pulling into a BK drive-in and ordering, though. Consumer reporter John Matarese tested it out so you don't waste your time and your money.
Seth, Kyrie, and Nathan always like to find a lunch deal.
You got the Whopper?
So they were intrigued by Burger King's new Whopper Detour promotion. What do you think of that?
That's amazing.
Offering Whoppers for just a penny.
I don't eat Burger King much, but now that it's a penny, I just might.
I'll take one.
But like most promotions in the age of social media, there's a catch. You have to go to McDonald's to get your penny Whopper. That's right. You need to have the BK app, then be within 600 feet of a McDonald's restaurant. Yes, McDonald's. Your phone's location services will then allow you to order the penny Whopper. All right, so I've parked my news car about 100 feet from a McDonald's. The offer should work. Best of all, the Mickey D's I chose was right next to a Burger King. Downloaded my Burger King app. Open it up. Whopper for a penny. Let's see. But for some reason, my order would not go through. Spinning wheel of death. I'm waiting. I moved locations, but still no luck. So I checked with a BK manager who explained the offer only works if you're near a Burger King with mobile ordering. This one doesn't have it and is not participating, which meant I jumped through a lot of hoops to end up eating at McDonald's. Meantime, the app shows one restaurant in that area with mobile ordering, so we will have to assume it works there. My lunch break was over for the day. As always, don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
Now that deal runs through December 12th and customers can only access it once, so you better hurry up if you want to take advantage of it. All right, well, a Kansas City Chiefs fan living here in the Valley and working on the Raiders Stadium continues to troll the soon-to-be Vegas Raiders. Gerard DaCosta Mahaka sent this picture to our sister station in Kansas City. He claims he snapped it while sitting on the bleachers of the new stadium holding the flag of the rival Chiefs. And you may remember last December, he took this picture claiming he buried a Chiefs flag somewhere underneath the stadium. Maybe it'll bring good luck to the Chiefs for him. All right, well, good morning, everyone. Well, coming up, power naps. Doctors now saying they could be just as effective as chugging a cup of coffee.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. We have a nice day today. If you were outside yesterday, you should head outside today. It's the same sort of forecast. There are some changes though, of course, and I'll let you know what they are in the 7-day planner, all coming up.
All right, well, picture this, your eyelids getting heavy halfway through the workday. It's like they're speaking to us, Gina. Wouldn't it be great to sneak away for a quick power nap to recharge? Well, experts say that can actually give you the same amount of energy as a cup of coffee. And as Nicole Vowell found out, getting a midday nap might actually be as hard as you think.
You've heard of yoga studios, dance studios, workout studios, but what about a class for daytime naps?
It's really rejuvenating. Like, honestly, it's better than massage for me.
DC resident Audrey Neff works at a hospital as a child therapist, and at least once a week around lunchtime, you can find her here.
I don't think I could do my job if I didn't take breaks and kind of let myself reset. So I feel like if I don't do that, I'm not sort of doing a disservice, I guess, to my patients.
Since sleeping at work is not acceptable, she shows up at this studio, lays down in her cubby, and then it's lights out.
It's perfectly in the middle of the day, so like I've had a busy morning, afternoon coming up, the holidays, and it's honestly, it requires no focus other than just completely emptying your mind.
It's pretty simple. You sign up for a class, pay a small fee, and then get ready to recharge.
They come here because it's going to actually help not only re-energize them, but allow them to have clarity when they return to work.
Classes here are $9 for a 25-minute power nap, or
so I invite you now to notice your breath.
You can pay $14 to have an instructor like Paige Litchens guide you in Divine Sleep Yoga Nidra.
Notice your head and face. It rests them at a deeper level, sometimes than even taking a nap would.
Places like this are popping up in big cities like Chicago, New York, and here in D.C.
It's almost like I've had 8 hours of sleep in some ways.
And they're helping hardworking, sleep-deprived people like Audrey take a mental break before heading back to the hospital.
I feel like a new person, honestly, every time I walk out of here.
In Washington, D.C., I'm Nicole Vowell reporting.
You know, our producers are playing with fire running that story because, you know, there are several spots, there are couches stashed all over our newsroom. So if you don't see us back here at 8 o'clock, that would be why. We're probably taking a nap, right? Yeah, power napping.
The next hour.
They said it's okay, so. Yeah.
Right, I agree.
Yeah,
and I'm going to agree with how great the weather is.
It is, yeah. It was a little chilly, but, you know, now it's supposed to warm
December.
up. Well,
I'm going to keep reminding
Vegas.
him it is December and it is supposed to be chilly.
I don't care if I don't want it to be chilly, but we can't. I guess we can't always get what we want, right?
You can't always get what you want. All right, that was my attempt at singing in my forecast. Here is the stratosphere camera right now, and we are looking south. Am I right? Oh, Earlier, I thought it was north. I took a good guess, but it was wrong. 180 degrees wrong. All right, we are looking at the beautiful skyline this morning. Clouds out there today. The clouds are going to stick around and they're going to continue to move in. Temperature right now, 43 degrees, wind speed 6 miles per hour, and the sun did just rise at 6:40 this morning and will set this afternoon at 4:26. And we will have a day full of clouds today. We will have a warm day as well. Here's a look at the weather where you live, what you can expect for high temperatures. 58 degrees in Rhodes Ranch, Southern Highlands 57 degrees. These numbers are running above average for this time of year. We're hovering around the 60-degree mark for high temperatures today, and that's what we had yesterday. That's what we're going to have tomorrow. It's the same sort of forecast over the next few days. Here it is, McCarran International Airport expecting a high temperature of 60 degrees. Here's a look at the weather pattern. This is the upper levels of the atmosphere, and this is how I can tell you when it's going to be warm, when it's going to be cool. The warm air, of course, is down to our south. So there it is in the orange. As I put this thing into motion, it starts to dip down a little bit, maybe thanks to the cloud cover. Then as we head through the next few days, it seems like a ridge of high pressure will come back in. So high temperatures are going to hover around the 60s as we move through the next couple of days together, not really cooling down so much for December. We're going to stay relatively warm and mild as we move through the mornings and through the evenings too. High temperatures will be in the 60s. Low temperatures will continue to stay in the upper 40s, close to 50 degrees, which is warm for this time of year. And the clouds are going to stick around too. Cloudy forecast for your Sunday with peaks of sunshine here and there. High temperatures in the 60s. As we move through tomorrow, clouds are sticking around too. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, a weather system is going to be able to move through. It's going to bring clouds. The wind is going to pick up too. Maybe an isolated shower, but that's it. It's not going to be a total washout as we've seen over the past couple of weeks when storms have moved through. Then we're going to continue to stay unsettled as we move through the end of the week. Clouds are sticking around. The warmth is sticking around. But again, no wet weather in the forecast. Tom?
All right, thanks, Gina. Well, so far, only 32 cases of the flu have been reported here in Clark County. So have you gotten your flu shot? Officials say it's not too late. This all comes as a new study from the University of Chicago finds that most adults have not gotten their flu shots just yet. 41% surveyed won't be getting one either. So far, it's been a mild season for the flu, but it is still early. The previous flu season was the deadliest one that we've seen in decades. Well, a friendly reminder from the CDC, say no to raw cookie dough. They say those unbaked products can make you sick. Flour and raw eggs especially can contain bacteria and salmonella. So as much as you may want to sneak a taste while you're baking those cookies, it's better for your health to wait until your treats are fully cooked. The CDC has a full list of safe food handling practices on its website. Way to spoil the fun. All right. Well, a new study says there is such a thing as too much sleep. Researchers say adults who sleep more than 6 to 8 hours can have increased heart problems, and it could even lead to death. More than 116,000 people between the ages of 35 and 70 took part in this study. Those who slept more than 8 hours had a higher risk for stroke or heart failure. And if you sleep for more than 8 hours regularly, researchers say you should talk with your doctor. All right, well, Touch ID makes it so easy to unlock your iPhone, but a handful of scam apps have been targeting the technology to steal your money. The apps named Heart Rate Monitor, Fitness Balance app, and Calories Tracker app have all been pulled. These apps pose as health assistants and trick you by asking for your fingerprint, but at that moment an in-app purchase pops up and is then activated and accepted by that fingerprint. Those apps have been pulled, but it is worth double checking to see if you have it on your phone just in case. Well, straight ahead, an author is honored, her work being hailed by Star Wars fans everywhere, while she decided to highlight women in the franchise. But first, let's head to New York for a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, the winter storm sweeping the south. Snow making its way from North Carolina to Virginia. Rob is on the scene with the very latest. Plus, Chief of Staff to leave the White House. President Trump announcing yesterday that John Kelly will be out by the end of the year. What's next for the president's team? And finally, an amazing reunion for victims of California's devastating wildfires. The moment's heartbroken homeowners return to find their loyal dog waiting for them after a month apart. It's all coming up on GMA.
Welcome back. Well, there's a new book out chronicling the many female characters in the Star Wars universe, and its author is an Ohio woman with a love of all things Star Wars. Damon Young reports.
From Ross County,
I grew up in Frankfort. It's a pretty small town.
To a galaxy far, far away. Sort of.
I moved to LA in my mid-20s. I needed the change. I wanted something different. I wanted warmer weather.
It's here where Amy found her fandom and her voice. first with her personal blog, but eventually picking up work with Lucasfilm, Nerdist, and then...
It was just a dream email that was like, hey, are you interested in writing the Star Wars book? Do you want to talk about it? I'm like, yeah, of course I want to talk about it. Of course it's about female characters in Star Wars, like I'm 100% in.
Once the Padawan, now the Master has returned home with her latest work, Star Wars, Women of the Galaxy, an illustrated look at 75 female characters that goes far beyond just the movies.
And it's incredible to think we came from the days in the original trilogy where there was Leia, since we've had the sequel trilogy, the prequels, the animated series. Also, when you look outside the films, you have comics, books, and video games, and we went to all of that to make this list.
From Ahsoka Tano,
she's my girl,
to Padme, and every female character in between. This is a book that allows anyone to expand their galactic horizons.
And my hope is, it's for all ages. It's for girls and boys, men and women. Maybe they'll read about a character in here that they didn't know about and be like, oh, I'll go pick up this novel or comic and realize there's this actually big world past the films, which are great, but I can just keep exploring and finding someone that they specifically relate to.
Pretty cool book there. Well, we'll be right back with a final check of your First Alert forecast. You're watching 13 Action News, where you get breaking news fast and first. Stay with us.
Here's a live look outside this morning. Just beautiful. We're looking from the Mandalay Bay camera northeast. Some clouds are going to move in as we head through the day today. Here is your day planner. 43 degrees right now. As we move through the day, temperatures will top off in the 60s, which is warm for this time of year. But overall, it will be nice. No big wind to talk about today. No wet weather to talk about today. Until we get to the warm and weird day on Tuesday, we will have clouds. We will have wind. That takes us into Wednesday as well. The slightest chance of an isolated sprinkle those days. Then the clouds are going to stick around Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So no major changes here. It's just kind of like status quo as we keep moving through.
Warm and weird. That's the Vegas I love.
Warm and weird.
Right? Well, thanks for making Good Morning Las Vegas part of your day. GMA on up next. Join us right back here at 8 o'clock. We'll see you then.